Son, don't marry because the calendar says so. Don't marry because your friends are putting on a show. Don't marry because she's pretty and she's warm. Don't marry because you're lonely in the storm. You marry because your vision needs a second hand, because the future you're building demands you stand with someone who sees what you're trying to build, not someone who just wants the life you fulfilled. If you don't have a plan for your bloodline, your name, for your children's education, for your financial gain, for your retirement, your peace, your legacy's trapped, you're not building a family, you're just holding a sack of liabilities, of pressure, of borrowed time. You're buying a problem, not a mountain to climb. A marriage without vision is a ship with no sail, and the first storm will shred it without fail. Vision first, son, not vibes, not her face. Don't let loneliness push you into a misplaced union that wasn't built on shared design. You need a partner who helps you align with your purpose, your mission, your deepest why. Not a woman who's just passing by, likes the look of your rising star. She needs to know who you really are. I married too young, I married for need. I thought her love would plant the seed, but we had no vision, no shared road, and under the pressure we both corroded. Now I tell you this so you don't repeat the sleepless nights, the cold concrete of a marriage built on beauty and lack of a future where both have a back. Loneliness is a liar, it will sell you a dream, but a vision with a partner is a different regime. Vision first, son, build the plan before the ring. The right woman will help you build, not just cling. Son, you can't microwave maturity, can't rush the growth. Marriage isn't a birthday party, it's an oath. It's a battleground, not a picnic in the sun. And at 30, your race hasn't even begun. You're still chasing dopamine, status and pride. Your mind is still a restless, wandering tide. You haven't built the structure, the grit, the steel that marriage demands for the wounds to heal. There are bills, betrayals, babies, burnouts ahead. You can't love your way through the tears you'll shed. You need discipline, strategy, a backbone of stone, not a heart that's still angry and alone. Culture says you're ready because of your age, but culture isn't paying for the war you'll wage. When the storms hit, and they will, my son, your age won't save you, only your preparation's won. Capacity over culture, don't let the crowd decide. Marriage requires a man who's already died. To his childish needs, his impulse is fear. He needs to be solid before he gets near the altar, the vows, the sacred bond. At 30, most men are still far beyond the readiness required to hold a home. Don't rush the temple, don't rush the dome. I thought I was ready because I was 32, but my mind was scattered, my heart wasn't true to the weight of the covenant, the load, the cross. I wasn't ready, I was just counting the loss of my freedom, my peace, my sense of self. I put the marriage on a mental shelf and wondered why it crumbled and fell. I wasn't ready, I couldn't tell. Age is just a number, readiness is a state. Don't let the calendar seal your fate. Capacity over culture, son. Build your strength before you say I do. The man who's ready is the man who'll make it through. Son, you do your research before you sign a deal. You study the asset, you check if it's real. You look at the history, the patterns, the cracks. But when it comes to marriage, you forget the facts. You marry beauty, you marry the smile, but you didn't ask the hard questions for a while. Who is she when life gets ugly and cold? Who is she when the story's no longer sold? What's her relationship with her mother, her father? How did her last relationship shatter? What happens when you say no to her request? Does she respect you, or does she protest? You don't marry beauty, you marry character, son. And that's only revealed when the days are done of pretending, of courting, of showing the best. The truth comes out in the pressure test. Know your companion, do the background before the vow. Don't ask the hard questions when you're already bowed. By wedding bills, by family pressure, by time. Ask her now before you cross the line. Who is she when the money's tight? Who is she when you can't be polite? Who is she when the children cry? Who is she when the dreams all die? That's the woman you're marrying, son, not the date night face. Don't discover her patterns in a displaced place. I didn't ask the questions, I was too in love. I thought her smile was sent from above. But when the crisis came, she wasn't there. She disappeared like smoke in the air. Her character cracked under the weight, and I learned my lesson, but it came too late. So now I tell you, interview her past. Her patterns will be the thing that lasts. Bank account, you audit it twice. Audit her character before you pay the price. Know your companion, son. Ask the hard questions now. The right woman will answer, the wrong one will just disavow. Son, many men marry out of obligation, pregnancy pressure, peer anticipation. You're 30, it's time, they whisper in your ear. But marriage is not a timeline, it's a frontier. You don't marry a woman to fix her past, to upgrade her struggles, to make her last. You don't rescue her from her own storm. And that's not a union, that's a uniform. You marry because your values are synced, because your missions are linked, and your demons aren't linked. To destroy each other, to burn in the ground. You marry because alignment has been found. Not because you feel sorry, not because she's lost, not because you're trying to pay a cost that wasn't yours to carry, wasn't yours to bear. Marriage is not a rescue, it's a shared prayer. Alignment or assignment, which one are you choosing, son? If you're marrying to save her, the battle's already won against you, against your peace, against your mind. She'll drain you dry, leave you behind. Alignment builds, assignment bleeds. One plants flowers, the other plants weeds. Don't marry a project, don't marry a fix. Marry a partner who's already done her bricks. I married a woman I thought I could save. I walked into the role of a hopeful slave, but she didn't want my help, she wanted my back to carry her load, to fill her lack. And when I couldn't, she blamed my name. Alignment was never part of the game. Don't make my mistakes, son, don't be the fool. Marriage is a partnership, not rescue school. She needs to be whole before she says I do. Marriage doesn't fix, it reveals what's already true. Alignment or assignment, son, choose alignment every time. Don't marry your rescue mission, marry a partner in the climb. Son, marriage is not a romance novel, it's a merger. Don't sign the deal until you've seen the verge of what she brings to the table, to the fight. Does she add to your peace or steal your light? If she brings no discipline, nor direction, nor drive, you're not a husband, you're a hostage alive. She'll drain your resources, your time, your soul, and call it love while you lose control. The most dangerous woman to marry, son, is the one with nothing to lose. She's already won. Before the fight begins, before the stress, she'll flip the whole system for her own address. She'll take the house, the kids, the name, and you'll be left holding the debt and the shame. Do the math before you do the vows. Don't let her empty hands fill your house. son, marriage is economy. It's not about hate, it's about autonomy. She needs to bring something to the shared design. Peace, purpose, discipline, something that's mine and hers. Together in a mutual gain, not a one-way street, not a hurricane of taking and never giving back. She's not a partner, she's an attack. I didn't do the math, I just loved her smile. I thought her presence would go the mile. But she had nothing to lose, no skin in the game. And when the fight started, she burned the frame. She walked away with half of my life. And I learned the cost of a man without a knife. To cut through the fantasy to see the real. Son, do the math before you seal the deal. Marriage has eyes. Don't let her emptiness be your disguise. Do the math, son, calculate the gain. If she brings nothing, walk away from the pain. Son, your friends are getting married, cool for them. Your ex is posting rings, selfies, that's her gem. But that doesn't mean you're next in line. Life is not a cue, it's a design. You don't rush to the altar because you're 30. You don't marry because the pressure is dirty. You marry when you're ready, when you've done the work, not when the calendar gives you a jerk. The man who rushes because it's time will cry at 33 when he's watching his dreams die. Divorced, broke, paying for kids he barely sees. He married the pressure, not the keys, to a future that was built on preparation, not on cultural expectation. Don't be that man, son, don't join the queue. Your marriage is yours, not what others do. Not a queue, son, life is not a waiting line. You don't get married because it's your turn to shine. You get married because you found alignment, not because you're tired of the confinement of being single, of being asked decision doesn't come from the pen of society, of family, of your best friend's voice. Marry when you're ready, that's the only choice. I waited until I was 38 to say I do. I watched my friends divorce, watched them pull through, and I was glad I didn't rush the gate, because I found a partner who could tolerate the weight of a man who'd done his work, not a boy who was still a jerk. Under pressure, under stress, under fire, I waited and I built something higher. The crowd will cheer when you join the race, but they won't be there when you lose your face. Not a cue, son, build your foundation first. The right marriage comes when the thirst is for partnership, not for a date on the chart. Take your time, guard your heart. Son, the final truth I need you to hold. You don't need a calendar to make you bold. Age doesn't bring readiness, wisdom does. And wisdom comes from the life that buzzes with experience, failure, and getting back up. Not from blowing out candles on a birthday cup. You could be 40 and still be a child, or 28 and have your heart reconciled. What you need is vision, strategy, inner strength, emotional control to go the length. A woman who sees your future, not your car, not the shine of your rising star. She needs to see the man behind the plan, the one who stands up like a real man. When the storms hit, they will, my son. Your age won't save you, your preparation's won. What you are, son, not late. You're not behind, you're at the gate, calculating, building, getting ready to run. The man who prepares is the man who's won. Don't let the pressure make you move too fast. The marriage at last is the one that was cast in fire and patience in the long, slow grind, not the one that was rushed by a panic mind. So take your time, son, build your foundation. Reject the cultural manipulation. You're not late, you're just loading the gun. And when you fire, you'll be the only one. Standing tall when the smoke clears clear, without regret, without the fear that you married the wrong woman at the wrong time. You waited, and now your life's design is solid, is steady, is built to last. You didn't rush, you moved too fast in the opposite direction of the crowd's pace. And now you're ready to win the race. Calendar rush you to the floor. Son, you don't need a calendar to tell you when to marry. You need vision, strategy, inner strength, emotional control, and a woman who sees your future, not just your lifestyle. Because when the storms hit, and they will, your age won't save you, only your preparation will. So no bro, you're not late, you're loading, and the man who prepares always wins. I love you. Now go build, slowly, wisely, with intention.